Hello and welcome to today's practice, yoga for tension headaches. So, with tension headaches, often we will get that tension right at the back of the skull, right around the occipital ridge that will sometimes wrap around to the forehead or over the eyes. So, we're going to do some movements and poses today to help emphasize releasing these regions of the neck and head. Now, toward the end of our practice, we're going to do a reclined big toe pose with a head hammock. So for this, we want to set this up at the beginning of the practice so that you don't have to worry about it getting your strap all ready as we're moving into that pose. So if you don't have a strap, you can utilize something different for the leg stretch piece of it, like a necktie or a regular belt or even just a long scarf. But if you have a long yoga belt, you can actually create a large loop. So you go in through both rings, you release one ring down, the ring that's closest to the tail, and you thread the tail back through. Now you're going to want to take a second to come down onto your spine because you may need to do some adjusting of your belt before um, before we get moving. So how you get into this is you end up taking the strap behind you. You can leave it around your neck because what we're going to do is end up supporting the back of the head like this with the belt while the other piece of the belt is down along the ball of the foot. So you put the belt on the ball of the foot, and then you take it right at that ridge so that the belt can comfortably hold the back of the head. So when we get to this position, if you don't have like if you're using a scarf, we'll just end up taking the scarf around the ball of the foot and taking the stretch from there. So you may need the belt to be the loop to be a little smaller, so you can pull on the tail for that. Or if you need your loop to be a little bit bigger, you can adjust the loop. So once you have that all set up, you can actually just release it, take it out to the side, come up for a moment, and we're going to end up starting the practice in crocodile pose with the head at the front short side of the mat. Blanket can go across the center of the mat, and then you're going to bring the body down. We're going to stack the palms, resting the forehead on the stacked palms. Allow your knees to bend so that your heels come in toward the buttocks, and then we're going to do those lower leg sways from right to left. And then eventually let the tops of your feet come down to the floor and give a sway of your hips from side to side. Let the hips find stillness. And let's take a minute here to let the body sink and settle, and to allow the mind to settle into the moment through greater awareness of the breath. As you're exhaling, allow the front of your body to release downward toward the floor. As you're inhaling, feel the breath in that low back region and the back of the ribs expanding. After this next exhale fully exits the body, let's take half frog for about a minute on each side. So we're going to start to lift the chest just a small amount, leaning the body over to the right just a bit so that the left knee can bend and slide upward toward the left elbow. Let's turn the head to the left and bring the right side of the head back down to those stacked palms. Breathe in through the nose, and this time we're going to exhale, slow and soft sigh out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, slow and steady sigh. One more time. Slide that left leg back out behind you. Bring your chest and your face back to the center. Bend your knees for a moment. Hook your heels in towards the buttocks and sway your lower legs a few times from side to side. Lower legs releasing, rolling just a bit over to the left as you lift your chest slightly. Bend your right knee and slide your bent right knee up toward your right elbow. Turn your head to the right as you lower the left side of the face back down to the stacked palms. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and then as you're exhaling, soft sigh out through the mouth. Inhale the nose. Exhale, slow and steady sigh. Inhale the nose. Exhale, slow and steady sigh. Sliding the right leg back out to meet the left, turning your chest and your face back down to the center. Bend your knees, hook your heels in toward the buttocks, and sway your lower legs a few times from side to side. Lower legs releasing, sliding the hands underneath of your low chest, pressing up to tabletop. Adjusting your hands and knees as you arrive so that the knees ends up on the blanket support. I call this side to side cat cows. You're going to swing the hips to the left and the chin to the left. So you're going to open up through the right side of the body all the way up through the right side of the neck. And then swing the hips to the right and the chin to the right. Notice the opening through the left ribs, but feel the opening all the way up through the left side of the neck and up behind the ear. Swing through the center over to the left with the hips and the head. Open through the right, all the way up behind the ear. Swing the hips through the center over to the right, chin to the right. Let's go one more time each way. Come through the center, over to the left, chin to the left. Over to the right, chin to the right. Okay, come through the center. Breathe in, release the belly button down to the floor as you lift the chin up, opening across the heart and the throat. Exhale, press the balls of the feet into the mat. Start to move the sitting bones back toward the heels as you go into extended child's pose. Inhale as you rise up, releasing the belly button down toward the floor, lifting up through the heart. Exhale, pressing the balls of the feet into the mat, moving the sitting bones back toward the heels. Child's pose. One more time. Inhale as you rock the hips up, release the belly, and lift up through the heart. Exhale, extended child's pose position. Inhale as you rock your hips up, coming back up to table. Now we're going to walk the hands over to the left. You might even bring your blocks with you. We're going to step the right foot into low lunge. So you walk to the left, lean to the left, step your right foot forward, frame your front right foot with either your hands or your hands placed upon those blocks. So we want to redirect energy downward back into the legs and pelvis. So just a few times, low lunge and half split. So inhale, low lunge position. Exhale, move your hips back, rocking onto your right heel. This movement's also going to help to prepare the hamstrings for that head hammock that we'll do in a little bit. So inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge. Hips melting and sinking down to the earth. Exhale, half split. Staying in that half split, so keep a soft bend in your front right knee. Think about rolling your pelvis slightly forward so it almost feels like you're sticking the buttocks out to the back short side of the mat. Feel your chest melt down toward your right thigh, right knee. Crown of the head reaching toward the front short side of the mat. Take a breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Take a breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Inhale, plant the right foot down to the mat. Press the left ball of the foot into the mat and lift your left knee away from the floor. We're going to step forward, so adjust the blocks forward, press off the left foot. Inhale, take halfway lift with the spine. And exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, bend your knees and reverse your swan dive, sweeping your arms open and up. Exhale, prayer hands connecting and coming down into the heart. Releasing the arms down by the side, turning the palms forward. Now let's just stay facing the direction you're facing. I will turn to face you momentarily. We're going to do a little neck rotation here. We're going to turn the head to the left, opening through the right side of the neck. And we're going to bring the head to the center, turning the head the opposite direction now. And just a few times, just rotate the head from side to side, this fluid motion from left to right. Okay, as the head comes back to the center, we're going to take the left ear, tilt it down toward the left shoulder now. The left hand can stay as it is, or you're going to bring the left hand up to the right side of the head and gently lift the right side of the face upward into the hand. Take another breath in and out. Releasing the hand down, bringing the head back to the center, taking the right ear down toward the right shoulder. Staying here, letting that right arm lift up and over, landing on the left side of the face as you lift the left side of the face upward into the hand. After your next exhale, release your right hand, bring your head to the center. We're going to interlock the hands over the top of the head initially. So you're going to lift the crown of the head upward into the hands. So we're going to create length through the whole spine and up through the neck, up through the top of the skull. Now, one option is to stay here. Second option is to slide the hands to the back of the head and tip the chin up. So your hands are resting right at that ridge. Sometimes if there's a lot of tension through the pectoralis region, this can feel overly intense. So you can always bring your elbows slightly forward or keep the hands on the top of the head. Now, with the hands in this position, we're going to start to come forward. So you're going to bend your knees. You're going to start to hinge your body over the legs. And as you come into forward fold, your hands can start to slide apart a little bit, but then you're going to take your thumbs and massage up the back of the neck, connecting to that occipital ridge, and then coming up and over the top of the head. So just press the fingers just like gently into the skull, massaging all of the muscles. You take another moment here just to kind of draw that energy from the base of the skull up through the skull over the top of the head. Okay, eventually, as you come to the top of the head, those arms can release and relax all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide the hands up to the shins or utilize the blocks. We're going to be framing the front left foot with the blocks or the hands as we step the right foot back now into low lunge. Taking that back right knee down to meet the floor. Breathing in, taking low lunge, and then exhale, sliding the hips back as you rock upon that front left heel. Inhale, plant your left foot down, take your hips down. Exhale, move your hips back, rocking onto your left heel. Inhale, plant the left foot down, melting the hips down. Exhale, rock the hips back into half split. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, plant the left foot down. Exhale, move the hips back into half split. So stay in the half split. So keep a little soft bend in your left knee. Roll your pelvis slightly forward so it just feels like you're rolling the pelvis forward so that it feels like you're sticking the buttocks to the back of the mat. Lean the torso forward, draw the chin in so crown of the head feels like it's lengthening forward. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Okay, and then breathe in, let your front left foot come down. You're going to lift your back right knee. We can slide those blocks out to the side. We are going to step back into downward facing dog. So left foot's going to come back. You can just walk out through the knees and the feet a few times. You might even go nice and wide with your feet, maybe bending in the knees to kind of roll the pelvis a little forward. Just a very grounding version of the pose, those wide feet with bent knees. Okay, we're going to take the knees down to the mat. You can walk your feet a little closer. We're just going to lean the hips forward. We're going to come through modified plank. We're going to come down to the belly and the chest. You're going to lower the chest and ribs back down. I want to do a little bit of back strengthening, and this will help to support neck strengthening. So we're going to take some half locust flow. So stack your right palm on top of your left. So left hand connects to the mat while the right hand is stacked on top of the left. Bring the forehead down so forehead is touching the knuckles of the right hand. Untuck the feet. Keeping the right foot down and the left arm down, we're going to inhale, lift the head, the right arm, and the left leg. So sometimes this can be a little confusing if you've never done it before. So you might look at the screen momentarily. And then as you exhale, we'll lower down. Now we're going to stay on that first side. So you're going to inhale, keep the right foot down, lift the left leg, lift the right arm and head. And then as you exhale, come down. So this helps to strengthen the back body. Inhale, left leg and right arm lifting. And exhale to lower. Bend your knees, hook your heels into the buttocks, sway your lower legs a few times from side to side. Okay, legs are going to come down. We got to switch the hands. So right hand goes on the bottom, left hand on the top, forehead connecting to the left knuckles. Keep the left foot down. Inhale, left forearm, and the right leg lift. And then exhale to come down. Inhale, left foot presses down, lift, and exhale to lower. Inhale, lift up with the left arm and the right leg. Exhale to lower. Bend the knees, hook the heels in toward the buttocks, and then sway the lower legs a few times. And release the legs down, kind of sway out through your hips. Okay, we're going to slide the hands underneath of the chest. We're going to press the body up to all fours. So we're going to come around to seated position for a seated spinal twist. I'm going to have you take your blanket and fold it up so that you can sit on the edge of that blanket with your feet first extending out toward the front short side of the mat. So we're going to take the left leg, keeping it extended. We're going to open it up about 30 to 40 degrees to the left. And the right knee is going to bend with the right knee pointed up to the sky. So activate out through your left heel and bring your right hand down and your left arm up to the sky. You're going to take a breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So your left hand can hook to the outer right knee, or you might end up kind of wrapping your whole arm around the knee. We're going to turn the chest toward the right, and the head is going to start to turn toward the right, but we're going to do those neck rotations that we did standing in mountain pose here. So keep the spine in the twist, but then turn your head to the right, and then turn your head to the left. And just do that a few times. You turn the head to the right, and then to the left. Turn the head to the right, turn the head to the left, and as the head turns to the left this time, we're going to bring the body all the way back around to the center. You can lean into your hands so that you can easily switch out the legs. Take your right leg, extend it out and open 30 to 45 degrees. Bend your left knee, point it up toward the sky. Take your left hand back behind you and your right arm reaching up. And then as you're exhaling, we're going to be twisting to the left. So right hand comes across the body and turn the belly toward the inner left leg. Keeping the body in the rotation, but let's start the neck rotation now. Turn your chin toward the left. Turn the head toward the right. Turn the chin toward the left. Turning the head toward the right. One more time. Turn the chin toward the left. And then turning the chin toward the right. Okay, and then we're going to slowly come back around to the center. So we bend the knees so that we can shift the pelvis forward. We're going to slide that blanket support out to the side and make sure that the strap is nearby, and we'll come down onto the spine. Okay. Bend your knees and just take a few windshield wipers. All right, so we've been preparing the body for this motion of the head hammock. So we can point the knees up toward the sky. We'll start with the right leg first. So I do find that it's easier to hook that strap behind the head first, or at least behind the neck, to pick up the right foot and to take the leg up. Now you'll start with that right knee bent. You'll slide your hands Down that big loop, lifting the chin, hooking this strap right at that occipital ridge. I kind of like to even start by just holding the strap and then send the right leg up to the sky. Just allow your head to be supported. Maybe able to eventually just find enough comfort in the strap that you could release your hands down, right? You may have to play with it for just a moment, right? So just a little higher up for me seems to work better, like so that the strap's actually not fully connected to my ears, right? It's just like right above. Left leg can stay with the knee pointed up, or you could extend the leg out. Just depends on how it feels on your back. Tension, headaches can come from a variety of reasons. Overworking, right, can give us imbalance in the neck and the head, especially if we have a job that requires us to sit. That imbalance in the muscles that can occur as a result of sitting, leading to imbalance in the muscles, which can cause those tension headaches. Tension headaches are also a result of excess vata energy in the Ayurvedic tradition. So, excess movement, excess busyness, a lot of mental activity, inviting in a sense of slowness into the body and the mind with this position. One more round of breath. Reach up with the hands to support the strap. Allow your left knee to bend and then let the left foot find its way up onto the strap. As the left foot becomes solid in the strap, bend your right knee and release the right foot down. Okay, just take a second, adjust the strap. You might need to slide it up a little bit so that it feels like you can let the strap go and it's not going to slide. Keep your right knee pointed up to the sky or extend it out along the floor. Deep inhale and exhale. All right, and then you can take your hands up, catching hold of the strap. Allow your right knee to rebend if it's extended so that the foot comes down. You can start to bend your left knee, and as that's happening, you can bring your head back down to the floor, unhooking the strap before you fully land, and then unhooking the strap from the sole of the foot as well. Let your left knee bend so that your foot comes down to the floor. Go a little wide with your feet and just start to sway your knees out a few times from right to left. And then as you're ready, you can point your knees to the sky. You can either leave the knees pointed up to the sky or take the legs out long on the mat. Let your feet go a little wide so your toes fully fall open. Turn your palms to face upward toward the sky, allowing the weight of your body to sink and to settle. Feel the gentleness of the breath assisting you in releasing tension and restriction as you exhale. Inhale as you invite a sense of openness, sense of peace into the body and into the mind. One more round of inhale and exhale here. Allowing your knees to bend one at a time so your feet come flat to the floor. You're going to roll the body over to the right or to the left. Press your hands down and give rise upward to your body. As you come to your seat, let your hands join at your heart. Sit tall. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.